Welcome to the Tunde Laniyo podcast and our program, The Nigerian Theatre Witnesses to History, where we seek to bring to you those who have made impact in various fields of the Nigerian theatre in the last couple of decades, perhaps 50, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. We seek to document their experiences in their own words, and that's why they are witnesses for you and for the use of those who may want to do research in any area of theatre knowledge, now and in the future. Today, we bring you a new personality. He was a man not trained in the theatre at all. He was an accidental theatre artist. He came into broadcasting and he ended up, in the course of his career and after it, becoming a trailblazer in theatre and broadcasting. Today we start our interview with Chief Dr. Yemi Farounbi, former Nigerian ambassador to the Philippines. He had been general manager of the Nigerian Television Authority in Ibadan. He was also the founding general manager of the television service of Oyo State that later merged to become the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, radio and television services. He will be talking to us about how he veered from his training and his original occupation, his original job, into becoming a full-fledged broadcaster, a theater artist, a director, a filmmaker. Welcome, Dr. Yemi Farounbi.
Thank you so much. It's a great privilege.
The privilege is ours because you experienced the growth, especially of the area of theater and dramatic arts, known as broadcasting, encompassing radio, TV, film, for such a long time. And that's the kind of depth that we want to capture, so that when people are looking for materials, documents, this can be a source for them to be able to talk about the rich history of Nigerian theatre. How did you find yourself in that field, in the radio, television field?
Sometimes I think by coincidence. Accident because I didn't go deliberately into television to seek for a profession. I found myself in television because I was pursuing other things. Just like university, some business they do research, had a number of admission abroad, supported with scholarships or fellowship or teaching assistantship, but I didn't have a passport. And because at that time, in Nigeria there was only one passport of ours, in Kakawa Street.
Yes, Lagos. That was where I also first took my passport.
Yeah, and that very thick cover.
Yes.
And you really have to put where you're there, because the whole thing was stacked files, stacked dirty files,
Yes.
littering the floors and packed in wall racks and so on. And if you didn't go there, nobody looked at your file.
No, nobody.
So I needed to work in Ibadan in Lagos so that I could accelerate obtaining a passport, then I can go abroad. Actually, what I wanted was to do, interestingly, postgraduate work either in town planning or in urban regional planning or in geomorphology. My preference was really geomorphology, study of rocks, mountains, and all of that. So, and I saw an advert of WNTB looking for people, and I applied. They said we should go and do aptitude tests. Why? There are tests and development research. Dead. I went. Obviously, I met the important friend. We were invited for an interview. ACO was then called Statutory Corporation Service Commission. I went. Eventually, I got the job. I had no intention of staying broadcasting. I just thought I would get the job, access Lagos, get my...
It was to be a stepping stone
to
other things.
To fly away. But obviously something had happened before I got the job. There had been a debate. The quality of my results from the university, the quality of my performance, and the fact I also told them at the interview I wanted to go and do postgraduate. So they thought I would stay. And there to be an abundant waste of time and energy and resources for them to give me the job. So some members of the panel apparently thought they should take the second person because of this reason. But the then chief executive, Engineer Teddy, I got to know much later, insisted that when you advertise, you didn't advertise for the second best. You were looking for the best. So they gave me the job. So on the day I started, I was asked to go and see him before I started filling all of the form. And I said, what was that again? He said he left instruction that I must see him anytime I can. So I went to see him and reviewed my performance and result with him and said, there are people who feel you should not be Nigerian because you will not stay. But I want to talk to you, not because I want you to stay, but your performance and results were too good. So I want to see that performance. I mean, that excellence in your performance of the job.
Let it manifest.
Yeah. I don't care whether you stay a week or a year.
Let it show.
Let it show. That was why I wanted to see. Ordinarily to work hard.
Ordinary to work hard.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, to work hard. It's ordinary. So I took on the job, and because I didn't want him to regret backing somebody he never did. So I worked very, very hard. And I was excited by the environment of broadcasting. Here was I seeing Queen Eola's of Queen, I was seeing Annika Bajewile, I was seeing Yemi Onobu, Dipo Bibilali, Dipo Babalola, Nelson Nipaye, Sam Adebiye, Ayo Ogunlade, voices that I had, that I sometimes didn't know they were human beings. and you know, there's something about this broadcasting. It's very, very informal.
Yes, very, very informal. Yes.
And WNTV took informality to a standard that was attractive to any young people.
Yes.
So seeing those people, seeing them in canteen, you know, there's, yes, you know the person who is senior to you, but there's no rigidity in interaction. So I got attracted. And with the promise that I would make sure that everybody is pleased. And then he now did something he started passing on jobs directly to me. I had no relationship with my chef.
Wow.
So you look at marketing problem and say, tell Yemi to go to Lagos or no, when I say start talking. Or I could say go to Abafam. Why is it that the off-air time is rising? You could say join them in the newsroom to decide on topics, current affairs, and things like that. And when we were going to start regular television week, annual anniversary, and things like that, so, Yemi, you be the secretary. So I got closer to the very creative people. Then I realized that really, what was my business in wanting to do rocks? That I love this
Mind-changing time.
than the other one. I love the fact that you can change the society. You can change the tone, the direction, the thought processes, the mindset of the society by being broadcast, which I won't be able to do if I
was dealing with rocks.
and all of that. So I got excited, I got interested. By the time I think Radio Netherlands was doing the short story competition, I did. And I think I came second. So I said, you can write stories. No, I thought all you knew was rocks. So that's why I said it's accidental, but it's also perhaps coincidental. Because if Ile had not spoken that way, I would not have taken more than active interest.
You just do your bit and get out.
Bit by bit and get out. And then I started seeing and meeting a lot of these artists, not the racket in the first instance. For example, was an institution that you struggle to watch. I say, hey, the man now, I can see him. I mean, with his white wrapper and things like that. Papa Salam, Ajima Jasha.
This was in the early 70s as well.
It was in the early 70s. But, towards the end of the 60s, WNTV started taking what I would call indigenization of production. Content more seriously. Because in the early 80s, when I look at the records, which I had the privilege of seeing, we used to have 15% local and 86 foreign.
Those were the days of Laramie, Sundance Kid,
all of that. Even as at 68, they've not reached 30%. But now, as a matter of deliberate policy, no, we have to begin to increase the local content. I guess that's what we were fighting for on petroleum.
Yes.
So,
local content bill.
A bet was created for drama, Nigerian drama. If I remember very well now, they had a Monday, I think that was Yemi. That was a Tuesday. There was a Wednesday, that was Bakasana. That was a Thursday,
Bodewasi.
That was a Friday, I think that was called Ashishupa. No, that wasn't fun on Saturday. And of course on Sunday was the English theater. WNTV
Playhouse.
And
Adegbie was handling it.
He
He used to direct us.
So it was a good effort. It proved the content. When I had the good luck of becoming a GM, I said to myself, the local content must be more. And I think by the time I was leaving, I had a local content of 85%.
85%?
As against the foreign.
Wow. You reversed the thing entirely.
Because in any case, the man who brought television, Farounbi, in his opening speech, he said he wanted to use television as a teacher and an educator.
Mm.
So he wasn't thinking, in my view, primarily about formal education.
Yeah.
He was thinking of the totality of
Public education.
Public health, public enlightenment, and all of that roped together. And that if you are going to really achieve that aim, you cannot be importing foreign films and so on. Of course, it was cheaper to get foreign films.
Yes.
You know, when you do a local production, that station bought the total cost.
Yes.
And that was a little bit high for it. We are not syndicating.
Yes.
We are not bicycling.
Yes.
So,
and that problem still remains today.
Because they have not moved.
And that's in spite of BON, Bond, and whatever they have.
Yes, there's something fundamentally wrong with the management of creativity. By the time I got out of television, I realized that one thing that we needed, and we still need very seriously, are content producers.
Yes.
There is no station anywhere outside Africa where the station attempts
To own
its content. Outside the news and probably current
affairs.
Any other content
You bought a part of it.
you go buy. You go and look for what we call canned programs there.
Yeah.
And you buy. So we need very seriously content producers, drama, musical, documentaries, features, and so on. But for it to survive, the station must be willing to patronize. And
Thank you for going there, because I was just going to raise that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stations are not willing to pay for any content.
It is a pity. They want content free.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere in the world.
In fact, they are asking content producers to come and pay for them to
even
air.
bringing the content. It is wrong. If we are going to get television of the quality that we ought to have, being the pioneer in Africa, we must be ready as stations to pay. And then the beauty of it is that all the stations can use the same content.
Yes.
It's just a question of sharing.
Yes.
So the cost per station will be low. And the content producer will be excited by the sheer coverage, the audiences available to his
Again,
program.
sir, maybe we should also look at the way advertisers have worked in this context. They themselves, I believe, could influence the way content is produced, is marketed, and so that they can do more in terms of where their advertisement can be seen and things like that, rather than just on one station and it's because they are sponsoring just this program. What do you think?
You know, in this country, the percentage of our GDP that we spend on advertising is less than 1%.
Yes.
Because we don't understand really the significance, the effect, and the importance of advertising to promoting the product.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in those early days, most of those products came from outside Nigeria.
Yes.
And when they didn't come from outside Nigeria, they were just being assembled here.
Here.
Even the beer, the Coca-Cola,
Yes.
even up to today, they are just being assembled. All we have to eat is water. So most times, when those products are coming, they come with their own advice.
Yes.
That are not focused
Even local
on our
local
own
supporting.
audiences. In fact, the last few years, it became serious that most of our adverts had to be produced in South Africa.
South Africa, yeah.
And then the advertising agencies and the advertiser didn't see the beauty that, for example, if you sponsored Wins Against My Sewing, NTV, that you could sponsor it in 10, 11 stations. And that would give your product
a wider band.
Exactly.
Sticking to a station.
And that would have produced, also assisted in improving, in increasing creativity and productivity.
Yes.
But no, they would just sponsor one station. When I left broadcasting and decided I was going to go into production, which sounded strange to everybody because they thought I should go into management consultancy. But I still don't feel happy because I see so much creativity rolling on the streets, strolling in Nigeria, not being harnessed, not being harvested, not being packaged for the viewers at home, and to give money into those creative people.
Yeah.
So I said I would do it, and that I was going to syndicate my program. So I never produced a program for one station. I did all my production interested in Yoruba.
Right.
And it had a reason. As at that time, India was producing about 360 films a year.
Every year.
And 90% of them
in Indian language film.
with a subtitle.
Nigeria, through Nollywood, is also producing a lot of content, but not enough yet in the local languages of Nigeria. Can we learn from the Indian experience? And if we can, what can we learn from it? What do we choose from it? How do we go forward to make the Nigerian product have greater appeal all over the world? Next week, Dr. Farounbi will be talking to us about his thoughts on those and other issues.